Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recently released game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at one of the most disappointing RPG titles that I have played this year so far, Spellmaster: The Saga. It is clearly a very ambitious title that has the potential to be really good. However, you've got to remember that it is up against some pretty steep competition. The main problem with this game is the options, or rather lack of them, which make playing this game not great. There's so much that you can't customize and fix to make this game playable and run nicely and look amazing that is just inexcusable. If you're going to make a title like this, you need a decent options menu. But we'll have a look at the options menu in a second and we'll jump into the game and I will go through my rather extensive list of what needs fixing with this game to make me want to play it more, because at the minute it's giving me a headache and I don't want to play it anymore. So let's not waste any more time in the start menu. Let's go straight to the options and see what there is. Alright then, here we are. This is dismal. This is the worst excuse for a options menu that I have ever seen for a title like this. If this was an 8-bit style or a 16-bit style 2D side-scrolling nonsense, then fine. But this is a fully fledged, full 3D, full graphical intensive game, and you've got zero customization. This is appalling. This is horrendously bad. You can't do anything. You can't even set an FPS limit. You can't do anything. There is motion blur on by default and you can't change it. You can't change your mouse acceleration. There is no keybinds. There is nothing. This is not acceptable. This needs changing. If there is a patch to come out for this game, this needs to be the top priority. Give me settings, give me optimization, give me something that means that I can make this a game I actually want to play whilst taking in the beautiful graphics of it, because honestly, it is a very pretty game. Problem is that it either runs like ass or it's just all over the place. This is heinous. This is why I check options. This is why I set time aside in my videos, because if you don't, you miss things like this. This is simply not good enough. I am very angry. When I opened this up and I saw this, I didn't think it was real. I thought that there was another setting somewhere. What's worse is when you get into the game, you lose the graphics quality settings. It disappears. Once you're in the game, you cannot change your quality. You've got to save it, exit, come into this menu, and then change it as you see fit. Unacceptable. That rant being over, let's go into the game and I will discuss more issues, if you can believe that this game has. Alright, we're in the game. Now, first thing I want to complain about is the load times. The load times are dismal. Funnily enough, they would probably be better if there was an options menu where I could actually customize stuff for my system. Now, bear in mind, I am running a Ryzen 7 3600X and a 2060 Super in this machine, so it should be okay with most things. That being said, the loading times take far too long, and what's weird is it does this thing that I haven't seen in games since the early 2000s, where it will load in with a splash screen, the splash screen will disappear, and then it will load into the actual game. So it's like, why have a splash screen there if you're then going to take it away and make me wait another 5 minutes to a black screen? Makes no sense. They got rid of that because they realized how little sense that made. That being said, once you get into the game, as I say, there is this weird motion blur when you look around. There is also screen tear as well, because there is no there's no screen tessellation or anti-aliasing or anything like that to help with screen tear. So screen tear is a real issue with this. The motion blur is horrendous. The frames aren't great either. When it was loading in, it was really, really jaggy. And as you can see here, it's not a constant 60 FPS or anything like that. It's just all over the place. However, from a distance, it looks really good, right? From the distance, it looks amazing. Close up, not so much. Your textures are all over the place. It looks like something that's very, very dated. The character model isn't ideal. You get no character customization either. So you just load in. This is your default model. You can't customize your character whatsoever. It's like they looked at this and went, customization for the options? Nah. Customization for the player? Nah. You're just a normal cishet white man who is here because reasons. It doesn't give you any backstory or anything. It's lacking so much. Like, I don't understand. They did all this beautiful world building and then just decide to make it run like ass. Runs like ass. Doesn't look that great as a result close up. It's just bad. Another problem I've got with this, because there are many, is the talking. It does this weird screen shift thing when you continue the dialogue. It changes screens constantly, which makes you nauseous. Why? Why do you feel that I need to see the conversation from different points of view every bloody time? Why? Is it that if, as I'm looking here, he's got clothes on, but then he's got these weird... It just makes no sense. It's just bad. I want this game to be good. It looks like it could be amazing, but there's so many things letting it down that it's just terrible. So that's the thing. As you go through the combat is not great either. So the problem with the combat is it's very simplistic, but you've got no keybind rebind. You've got no rebinds. You've got no extras. You've got no macros. You've got nothing. And all you're attacking is, at the minute when you start, is you've got a swing, and then you can do that multiple times to get a combo hit, which is just him swinging it 3 times. You can parry or block or kick, but you've got to be in combat for any of that to work, so I can't really show you it right now. Unless we find something. There was a rat or something over here. It's just not good. Like, it's bad. Considering you've got a staff, your range isn't that great either. And then you can do combats with skills, right? So you're a mage apparently, because spells. So you can combo them as attack and then a spell, and that's about your lot. You've got a stamina bar on top of all this as well, so you've only got a certain amount of swings per time. You've got these weird ghost things, which some you can talk to, some you can't. Apparently there's day and night and shadows and stuff. And yeah, it's just, it falls short. The combat's just not fun. The targeting, there is none, so you just gotta wing it and hope for the best. You've got options. Is this guy gonna... No? Right, okay, cool. So we're gonna get put into dialogue, which will show you just how bad this is. Every screen, it switches between the two, and then there's a third, and it just... I don't understand why. This game, for me, is a hard avoid. It will give you a headache. It will give you nausea. Your machine will probably struggle with it unless it's top end type stuff, and there's nothing you can do about it other than change your presets and hope for the best. And it's just, it feels really bad. Like, there's choices that you can make as well that are based on your strength and stuff, even though you've only just started the game, which makes little to no sense. You've got your XP, and now I'm in a battle with someone because reason. The animations for the battles and the spells and stuff aren't that great either. Apparently I've got no mana. I didn't realize I didn't have any mana. I don't know how much mana you need to do a attack, so that's not ideal, right? And then you've got this weird experience gained thing. The text just kind of appears there. It's not in the same font as everything else. It's kind of just there. This game needs work. This game needs a lot of work, and it needs to start with that options menu, and they need to add things like motion blur on or off. They need to add AA. They need to stop this screen tear. They need to do something, because this is just not good enough. This is an unfinished demo. This is trash. and I'm really not happy with it. Let me know in those comments down below if you believe me, or if you think the same as I, if you have the same agreement as me, or if you disagree completely. Let me know in those comments down below, and thank you very much for watching. I shall see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.